So I've been using the OnePlus 9 as my daily driver for almost a week now, and I was actually working on a review, and then the price was announced. It's rupees 49,999. Also at the event, OnePlus launched India specific brand new OnePlus 9R, and that kind of made me wonder which of these phones made more sense, the OnePlus 9 or the OnePlus 9R. See, in India, OnePlus phones are popular because they're supposed to be value for money premium phones, and people online have been talking about how the new OnePlus 9 is overpriced, how the OnePlus 9 actually has a few downgrades. So does the OnePlus 9R actually make more sense than the OnePlus 9? Well, let's talk about it. So first up, this is the new OnePlus 9R. No, it's not. This is actually the OnePlus 8T. But you know what? The OnePlus 9R and OnePlus 8T are basically the same phones. Here are the specs of both these phones side by side. So as you can see, the back of the new 9R has a new color and a sort of a different camera design, but the back says the same thing, 48 megapixel OIS 14 to 26 millimeters. Yeah, the 9R does not come with the Hasselblad certification, so it's pretty much the same as the 8T. Anyway, that apart, here are all the specs, and clearly both the phones have almost the exact same dimensions and weight, the same 120Hz AMOLED, same camera, same battery, charging speed. Now the one difference here is that the 9R comes with the new Snapdragon 870 chipset. Scratch the new really, because the Snapdragon 870 is basically the Snapdragon 865 Plus, or basically 865. Yes, it's like manufacturers wanted a brand new chipset for the 30 to 40k price segment, and Qualcomm just casually went ahead and renamed the Snapdragon 865 to Snapdragon 870. Yeah, it's just strange. I mean, here are the details of the Snapdragon 870 versus the Snapdragon 865 Plus and the Snapdragon 865, and as you can see, they're basically the same chipsets. The Snapdragon 870 has a max clock speed of 3.2 GHz, while the 865 Plus has a max clock speed of 3.1 GHz. Yup, that's a difference of 0.1 GHz. Now the OnePlus 8T comes with the Snapdragon 865, but honestly, the 870, 865, 865 Plus, they are basically the same chipsets with only a slight difference of clock speeds. So the OnePlus 8T is basically the OnePlus 9R period. And if we compare the OnePlus 9 against the OnePlus 8T, we should get a good idea of which makes more sense, the OnePlus 9 or the OnePlus 9R. Now we've all been hearing some chatter online about how the OnePlus 9 actually downgrades on a few things, even though this is priced at 50,000 rupees. So what exactly are the downgrades? Well, first up, the OnePlus 9 actually has a plastic frame. Yep, this right here is actually plastic. I mean, this is strange because the OnePlus 8T has an aluminum frame design, and even though we don't have the 9R, it should be the same as the 8T. Anyway, another downgrade in the OnePlus 9 is the fact that it does not have OIS. Yes, this is a big one. I mean, if I remember correctly, all of the OnePlus flagships from the OnePlus 2 back in 2015 have had OIS. Even the more budget-friendly OnePlus Nord has OIS. So it's very strange that the OnePlus 9 skips out on the OIS, even though the OnePlus 8T, the OnePlus 9R have it. Now, OIS is actually an important feature because it not only helps with stable videos, it also helps the camera capture sharp low light shots by keeping the camera stable even when your hands are a little shaky. So the lack of OIS is definitely a big miss, especially in a premium phone like this. Now, apart from these downgrades in the OnePlus 9, there are a few important differences between the OnePlus 9 India variant and the OnePlus 9 global variant that you guys should know. First up, I'm talking about 5G bands. So here are the 5G bands in the OnePlus 9 India variant, and here are the 5G bands in the US version of the OnePlus 9. Now see the difference? The OnePlus 9 in India just has two 5G bands, N41 and N78, while the OnePlus 9 in US has support for more than 15 5G bands. This is a big difference. Also, if you're wondering about the 5G bands in the OnePlus 9R, well, there's only one, as you can see, so one less than the OnePlus 9. Now, I think this is very important because even though 5G is not here in India, the higher number of 5G bands would mean better possibility of 5G support whenever 5G rolls out here in India. Now, another thing that the Indian variant of the OnePlus 9 cuts down is wireless charging. See, the global version of the OnePlus 9 supports 15-watt fast wireless charging, and the OnePlus 9 Indian variant just does not support wireless charging. I mean, this is kind of sad. Why OnePlus? Why did you have to remove this in India? See, personally, wireless charging is a feature that I want to see in more and more premium phones in India. So yeah, this kind of makes me sad. I mean, if you think about it, the OnePlus 9 is the successor to the OnePlus 8T, but there are only two upgrades, the Snapdragon 888 processor and the new main and ultra wide angle cameras. The rest of the stuff, be it the display, the battery, the charger, the size and weight, all remain pretty much the same. Now, if you ask me personally, I can give you an answer to the whole OnePlus 9 versus OnePlus 9R debate right away. See, I think the OnePlus 9R just makes more sense. You want to know why? First up, the upgrades just aren't big enough in the OnePlus 9. See, I know the Snapdragon 888 is the latest flagship chipset, and yes, it brings a performance boost, but it's not a big deal when compared to the Snapdragon 865. I mean, here the Antutu scores, yes, the 9 does well, but the 865 isn't too far behind. And the 870 on the 9R with its slightly overclocked core should do slightly better. In fact, I have used the OnePlus 8T as my daily driver in the past, and I've been using the OnePlus 9 as my daily driver right now. And they both are fast and snappy like every other OnePlus flagship phone. It's hard to make a difference here. As for the upgrades on the camera, I compared the cameras on the OnePlus 9 and the OnePlus 8T, and the photos from both these phones don't have a huge difference. Yes, the OnePlus 9 does take more color accurate shots at times, probably due to the Hasselblad partnership, but is that a big deal? I'm not too sure. I feel both these phones take decent OnePlus-like photos, and I personally would be fine with any one of them. Now, the ultra-wide-angle lens in the OnePlus 9 is upgraded too, but like I said in a OnePlus 9 Pro video, it really hasn't been as impressive as the 50 megapixel sensor sounds it to be. Now, if I have to choose between the OnePlus 9 and the OnePlus 9R, I'd go with the OnePlus 9R without any doubt. See, OnePlus has been famous for two things really, the overall experience and the value for money factor, and I think the OnePlus 9R is more in line with these points. Yes, it's basically the OnePlus 8T with a new paint job, but it's more affordable and it's definitely value for money. Now, one thing I'd like to add here is that there is nothing wrong with the OnePlus 9. It's just that I feel OnePlus wanted to keep the price at $49,999 while also packing it with the latest Snapdragon 888 chipset, which reports have suggested is priced higher. So I think OnePlus had to cut down on other things like wireless charging, telephoto lens, OIS, etc. to keep the price below $50K. But the problem is, these are actually important aspects from a consumer point of view. Well, I want to know your opinion on this. Which phone do you think makes more sense, the OnePlus 9 or the OnePlus 9R? Just comment down below. Also, give this video a like if you found it useful. Make sure to share it around and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.